guys, I'm Akriti. Welcome to our channel. Today I'll be discussing about the reality of online MS. So I'm a UX researcher currently pursuing my masters at the University of Toronto. If you currently have doubts about whether to do an online MS or not, this is the right place. In this video, I'll be sharing my experience of online classroom versus in-person classes. So let's get started. What does an online classroom actually look like? Let me share a screenshot of my personal classroom and then walk you through the process of how an online classroom actually works. So as you can see, 80% of the screen is covered with the slide the professor is presenting. Professor might choose to show his or her video, but mostly it's just the slide that you'll be seeing here. The only mode of communication is through chat. Practically, you're not able to see your classmates, or sometimes not even able to see who is the person teaching you. The TAs are mostly available through chat and they see what questions you have and they try to answer them. The professor mostly focuses on presenting the slides and explaining the concept. So this is mostly just like any other course you would take on Coursera or Udemy, where you see a video of the course being taught with some questions in the middle. So there are tools like polling and questions that the professor might choose to ask in the middle of the class. There are also 10-minute and 5 minutes breaks that professors usually give because classes are mostly 2 to 3 hours long. As you can see, there is very less interaction between you and the professor directly, or even amongst your classmates. So there is minimal chances of you pursuing a group work, especially in the field of user experience design. Collaboration and group work is a major focus of the program. So earlier, what used to be in an in-person classroom where you could actually work in groups of 3 to 5 and come up with project ideas, do brainstorming sessions and ideation sessions, and kind of go through the creative design thinking process, that is not going to happen online. You will be given personal assignments, and even if there is any slight possibility of doing group work, it will be through Zoom meetings and it will mostly be discussions. But it's very difficult to actually work in a group when you are in such an online setup. Comparing this to an in-person classroom. So as I said, a UX design course has a lot of group work involved, which is very difficult to pursue in an online course. You also learn a lot from collaboration and presenting your work. Ideally, in an in-person classroom, there are classes where industry professionals actually come and attend your presentations. There are cases where they also try to grade your presentation and give you valuable feedback for how you would present it in a corporate setup. This is a very important learning experience, especially in the field of user experience design, where your storytelling skills are judged all the time, and it is a very important skill to develop. In an in-person class setup, you will get such opportunities to present your work. So I feel like you will miss a lot if you're doing this in an online setup. When there are in-person classes, you are also involved in various different student groups and various different student activities. So it is very difficult to get involved in such activities when everything is remote. You'll also have less interaction with people. So a kind of network of the student community that you build here at the university will be very different when everything is online. It will be difficult to meet people, meet mentors, and also meet alumni. So there are events like alumni meets, career events, and events where the faculty actually share their experiences. So I feel like all these interactions, especially concerning in the networking front, will be difficult to do online. I've discussed how you can compare these two methods, but let's also see the positive part of doing an online education. So first of all, you'll save a lot on the living cost, especially in Toronto. If you're going to the University of Toronto's St. George campus, you might have to live in downtown because the winters are really harsh, and the living expenses in downtown Toronto are very high. So you'll save a lot in living cost if you're doing it online. Maybe you might be doing this course from some country outside of Canada where you stay at your parents' house, or maybe you're living at a place where rent is really cheap. And the second point, you can still immigrate to Canada and work here. You'll probably be able to get the postgraduate work permit very easily. once you graduate. So technically, if you are doing a master's here, if you do a two-year program, you get 3 years of postgraduate work permit, which allows you to work in Canada without needing any other permit to stay here. And meanwhile, you can also apply for the permanent residency. This is still applicable if you're doing an online course, according to the current regulations. Third, you can do these courses at the comfort of your home, and most of these courses are also recorded, so you get time to rewind it and sort of see where you missed. There is a possibility that you might not have time to attend the course at the course timing, so you might be able to ask the professor if you can just see the recording and sort of get your grades in that manner. Since you'll be at home, you can easily do another job. You don't have to leave your current job. If you're working full time, you can also do full time studies as well as continue your full time job. So that might actually help you save a lot of money, because for international students, the fees is really high, and that might be a really good way for you to manage your finances. So, what's my take about this? What would I do if I was in a situation to choose between an online and an offline course? I feel like you miss a lot about a new adventure, coming to a new country, seeing a new culture, and having all these new and different experiences. So, I would not consider doing an online course because of these reasons. Also, going to a new country, deciding your own career, thinking about which location you want to settle in, these things really matter. You would also lose the opportunity to work part-time in Canada, go through all that initial struggle of understanding what work life in Canada is like, and how much you earn while doing a part-time job. And all those initial struggles feel very difficult, but they're very important, and they build your personality in such a way that you can then work in a corporate environment very easily. Also, meeting new people, making industry connections, these are very important, because in Canada, if you have to get a job, you need to have a very good network built. And people whom you know, people who have mentored you earlier, they help you a lot when you are seeking a job. If you're taking an online course, you'll be missing a lot on these networking opportunities. If you're doing an internship, or if you're looking forward for a co-op placement, I don't think you'll be able to do it when you are in a different country. So you'll miss the experience of working while studying, doing a 4 to 8 month of internship or a co-op placement. You won't be able to do that, and because of that, you'll again miss full-time opportunities later because you do not have Canadian experience. Hence, due to these reasons, I personally wouldn't go for an online option. I feel like it would really reduce any sort of group activity or networking, traveling to a different location, and all the points that I just discussed. So, personally, I wouldn't choose that, and I would highly encourage you to think carefully and evaluate the pros and cons of both type of courses before you make a decision. Doing an MS is a really difficult decision to make, and I hope you find the right way. If you feel like you need more information on this topic, please contact me or put it in the comments so that I'll make another video to explain this in more detail. Also, if you'd like to know more about the courses at UofT, especially concerning with UX design, please let me know and I'll make videos regarding that. Thanks a lot for listening to this. If you like my video, please like, share, and subscribe.